To our very supportive research teacher, Dr. Karen Patriadi, as well as to our diligent classmates, our co-researchers who have done a great job in the making of effective and efficient research studies, I am Junbert Lamay Caporte, would like to extend to you my greetings of a gratifying day. Today, we are humbly honored to present to you our proposed research study entitled Tertiary Education Students' Attitude on Virtual Learning and Their Performances, together with my groupmates, Ms. Jazel Joy T. Cibalios and Ms. Farhana A. Gandarosa. To express our views in a clearer manner, we have created this visual presentation that will enable you to understand what our study is all about. And to formally begin with, let us go now to the rationale, the background of the study. Nelson Mandela, a man who carried varied and numerous titles throughout his life, recognized education as a great vehicle to bring equality of opportunity to the world. As an addition, he even said that education itself is a powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. On the same manner, education also is a key for generations of Filipinos to become full-fledged, productive members of the society. And this is why we should be looking at the current state of the Philippine educational system and how every Filipino student is doing in their studies. However, when COVID-19 pandemic hit humanity most, it has then greatly challenged us, for it caused much disruption in the normal way things are being done. The fact still underlies that it does not only become a worst global health issue, but at the same time become a kind of burden for most, specifically for teachers and students around the world, because it undeniably creates a major impact and change to education. To say it so, COVID-19 reshapes the way education is being delivered, and students are greatly affected by the educational institution closures. The traditional face-to-face classes has been replaced for the meantime by the so-called trending online learning. Everything has really changed, and because of the sudden, unexpected happening, there is an explicit display of the result of massive online movement in the history. The relocation of traditional to online classes really affects the students' learning attitude. As a matter of fact, e-learning as the recent teaching and learning methodology challenges both teachers and students, most particularly in the aspect of adaptation. Attitude towards learning is quite an indispensable factor on the students' level of comprehension, also to their capability of solving problems, their belief towards learning in general, motivation, and or even all the academic performances that the students respectively perform. Upon the observance of virtual classes, multiple studies show that learners these times are in the situation of experiencing a combination of feelings such as being uncertain and anxious over what is going to happen along the process. Thus, the central focus of this study is to determine the performances and the attitude of the selected tertiary education students on virtual learning. This time around, I will be presenting to you the statement of the problem. The study primarily aims to determine the tertiary education students' attitude on virtual learning and their performances at Mindanao State University, Maigo School of Arts and Trades. And specifically, the research study will be seeking to answer and ponder the following questions, which have something to do with the students' attitude in terms of their level of interest in virtual learning and the effectiveness of virtual learning itself. Next, the students' perception on virtual learning performances will be highly recognized and will be taken into consideration. And the last but not the least is to know if there is a significant difference between the students' attitude on virtual learning and their performances. And for the null hypothesis, tertiary education students' attitude and virtual learning and their performances has no significant relationship between each other. Right now, to present to us the theoretical framework, here is Ms. Farhana Gandarosa.